It's a beautiful day to fix books. It's the last day before we go on Christmas break. I'm feeling very excited, but before I could go on break, I opened some packages, and when I opened some packages, I found some silicone glue brushes that somebody sent me, and there's no way that I can go on break without at least trying them. So I found us something from the literary ICU. It is kind of a complex repair. I'm not going to actually finish it today. I mean, I will, but you'll have to see the end results at, after New Year's. So here we are with the book, the animal book. The animal book is a great book, but unfortunately, the animal book is, in need of some help. It's losing its like whole cardboard spine out of the bottom here. I'll flip it around so that you can see it. I don't want to use the cover one to repair this because this is a floating spine. It's meant for these end pages to be glued all the way down and for there to be this little gap here so that when I open the book, do you kind of see how it's got that little arch there at the bottom? That's what I want it to do. And if I glue it down, it's going to cause more damage to the spine. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut into this and I'm going to glue down this cardboard spine. So I'll talk you through it as we do it. Let me get my tools together. So this is a craft knife kit that I got from somebody a really long time ago. And it usually works just fine if I can get it open. I'm forever on the hunt for something that is like the sharpest thing to use. Because I've like used a bunch of different blades and I've used them and I've used them and I don't know, nothing ever quite feels right. So, alrighty, here we go. I'm looking for just the crease right here. You can even see like where it would naturally start to tear. That's usually where I'm gonna try and cut through. And I know I need something sharper, but I'm working with what I have. There we go. Is it cutting towards me if it's side to side? I feel like that doesn't count. There we go. So I got myself a pretty nice clean line there. I'm gonna put that knife down because y'all always yell at me when I hold a knife for too long. And then this is the part that I'm talking about that I need to glue back down. And I actually want to glue it underneath this little flap here at the bottom. So let me open my brushes. They're both the same. Which side is for which? Hang on. Instructions. Okay. Scoop it with that. This side. This side. I want to use this side. I'm certain. Okay. So I'm going to start. A lot of people have been asking me about what kind of glue that I use. I use the Demco Norbond glue for pretty much everything, but if you're like fixing something at home and you don't want to buy library glue, any PVA glue should work just fine. PVA is polyvinyl acetate and it's book safe and paper safe glue. Oh, this is nice, isn't it? Oh. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now I know why y'all wanted me to use one of these. I'm also going to, I do feel like it takes some of my glue away from me though. Like, I do like the way that it spreads. Can't deny that. But I can't say that I absolutely love how much glue is actually like stuck in my brush because there's like a lot in there, I feel like. But it does spread it out very nicely. I accept. Oops. Okay, there we go. So I'm literally just laying that back in there and pressing it down everywhere that I want it to be. And then I'm taking this, just the tiniest bit right there. Okay, maybe more than a tiny bit. It's fine. Painting that on there and painting that down. I paint the glue over the top, kind of like Mod Podge, basically. It won't stick to the spine of the book, but it will help keep this little end piece down. Okay. Just gotta like hold it for a second. Oh, I'm not supposed to touch it. Oh. Okay. So next up, I'm gonna go in here with the same glue, and I'm just using it, spreading it through that area. It is still pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. And then I'm using a bone folder to kind of just like smooth it down into that spot. And then I'm going to use just a little bit more glue here. Okay. And now I do believe, yeah, this side is just the exact same problem. And it's an easy fix. It just has to be done. Okay. Same thing, just spread it out. When we fully attach these end pages, it'll make the book so much sturdier. Because honestly, my text block is in good shape. I know a lot of people would usually throw away a book in this condition, but that feels tremendously wasteful when it comes to this type of book because they're really expensive to begin with. They're like pretty big. Pricey. I'm afraid I might. I guess I could let it dry like this. Overbreak? No. No, I shouldn't let it dry like that over break. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I actually should have gone in and cut out the other side too, but I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of been a while since I've done one quite like this. Hang on. There we go. I'm gonna continue to hunt for something sharper for this though. I do feel like it's gonna end up being necessary with as many of these complex repairs as I actually have. See, look, I'm moving my body out of the way. I'm not cutting towards myself. Okay, why did I cut the text block completely out of here? Because when I go to tape it back in, I really want to be able to make sure that it's completely even in that middle spot there. And honestly, I just think it'll be easier that way. And if you are somebody that repairs books and you're staring at me going, oh my gosh, I would never have done it that way, that's totally fair. All of my experience is based on library experience, not archival or anything like that. So is there like a better way to do things? You know, sometimes possibly, probably. but my books stay in circulation. And that feels really important. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna let this wait and dry and I'm gonna tape it in. There's no way that I can just like leave this and not touch it at all for the entire break. I'll be right back.